Okay, so today I'm going to just show how to create a combat bot from scratch. Let me just here. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to create a new project in IntelliJ. Go to Java. Make sure you have Java 1.8 or 1.8. Go to next. Don't click any of these options right there. Go to next. Go to next. You can name it whatever you want. YouTube video, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then click finish. Let me make sure this is recording before I keep going. Yeah, it's recording. Okay, so once you create the new project, I'm gonna see if I can remember all this. You want to modify the project structure. Go to modules, and then you want to add, click this plus button right here. Click jars or directories or dependencies, I think it was called. And then you want to find your OSBot location. So you can just see copy pull path. See what I did right there. And then that's good enough right there. Press OK. And then I think you can just press OK. Okay, then I just press apply to be saved. Okay, the next thing, click project structure again. Go to artifacts because this is where you're going to create your jar file. Do empty. So select jar and then empty. And then you want to give it whatever this is going to be your script name. So let's name it Destroyer, all capitalized. And then you see this right here, double click this. This will bring it over here. We'll see if this works. Sometimes it doesn't work as I would like it. Then go to YouTube, sources, folder, and then here's you create your new class. New Java class, and then we call it Destroyer. Okay, so this will be basically where you make your script. And that should be pretty much it. Some of these stuff I can't remember exactly, so I might have to copy and paste. I do know that yeah, give me a second. So I've created some of these before. Fisherman. I can't remember what all the imports are. Oh, I forgot to create a package. It shouldn't matter. Whatever. Okay, so these are the two imports right here that you need. You can pause the video and take a look at that yourself. So let's go ahead and import it. Okay, and then these are actually here on your external libraries. Let me close this up. So you're not going to need this right here. I'm just using it so I don't have to, because I can't remember what all the imports are. Why isn't this hiding? Oh, okay, right here. Okay, and then the next thing you would need is your manifest, which is basically, I'll copy and paste it right there. I have another video where I have a code where you can just use that. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Before the class. Okay, so as you can see, this is your manifest, kind of what appears supposedly when you call the bot. So you have script manifest. I call it fish and drop, but this is the wrong one. It's going to be called Destroyer. Destroyer. Version 1.0. Willy seed. Name. On the info one, you're supposed to put a description, but I'm just going to put it the same. Okay, it's never used. The next thing you want to do is you want to import the what's going on? Oh, okay, oops. So this is my old class that I copied. So this is where you want the name of your class. Destroyer. So I'll delete it right there. Okay, so this should be what it looks like right there. Import, this is your basic imports that you need in kind of your basic startup right here to create a script. So you have these two imports. You have your manifest, which you can fill out with this information. Pretty self-explanatory. Let me see, how do I increase the font here? It's kind of small. View. It should be under preferences, shouldn't there be? I thought there was a quick way to file preferences, maybe. Let me pause the video real quick. Okay, I'm back. I think I just paused, right? Yeah, so I changed the font real quick. I had to go online and figure out how to change the font. So this right here is what you should have. Now it's giving you an error because you need to import the implement the methods, which you just need to implement the on loop. Once you implement that method, everything should be working. So let's just make sure that our script is showing. So it's called destroyer. So what you want to do is where's it at? Build. You don't have to do build project, but I'm just doing it to be safe. Okay, now let's go to our OSBot login real quick. So we log in, close this. My guy hasn't been banned yet because of my last video, hopefully. Okay, so these are your scripts right here. So as you can see, I have 2 that I've made. I've actually made a few other ones, but you go to build artifacts, and then you build the artifact, which should pop up your jar file. So right now we have 2. Should have 3. Why isn't it building? I probably messed up somewhere. Let's see, build, file, settings, file, project structure, artifacts. What did I do wrong? Oh, I'm sorry, I put the wrong location. So it's building it somewhere else. I actually need to find, you need to find where your scripts are located at. The user located in, let's just open a file explorer. And I'll show you where they're probably located. So if you go to users, or let's see if it pops up here. No, it doesn't. These logs are in the same location though. So if I just how do I open this location? Anyways, Willy/OSBot, Willy/OSBot. Okay, this is where your scripts are at. So you want to copy this path, put it right here, and then this should be where you it'll build your jar file at. Let's try it again. Build artifacts, rebuild, or you can put build, I don't think it matters. Let's hope it works. There you go. So there's your new one that you created, destroyer. So obviously, if you want to play your script, you well, you have to log in first, and then that's how you create it. Okay, so just move on to the programming part, and here's the file structure. Just have your source file, and then your script right here. You can create a package. I just forgot to, but I guess you don't have to. So probably a good convention to do it. So. Okay, so this is your on-loop method. This is what's going to repeat. I'm trying to hide this, and it's Jesus Christ, dude. There you go. Okay, this is your loop. This will basically repeat itself, right? So if you're fishing, you know, you perform certain actions and you want it to keep repeating, right? Because you want it to keep playing. You want it to keep, you know, clicking that spot, dropping everything, and then clicking the spot, dropping everything, clicking the spot, dropping everything. But with fighting, it involves a few different things. So the first thing that we want to do is, the first thing that I would recommend is create all the methods that you need. right outside of this, and then put the methods in there once you're done. So the first thing that we need is attack, right? So public void attack, and then what other methods do we need? Public void check health, right? Because if your health is a certain amount, then you need to heal, and then you have public void heal. So once it checks your health, if you need to heal, then you heal. See, public void attack, public void check health. You can name this however you want. Public void heal. Public void is ready to attack. Public boolean is what is actually, I'm gonna put it void so I don't get an error. Public void is ready to attack. So you want to make sure that we've checked everything before we start attacking. I'm trying to think what else is needed. So the first thing is check to see if you have food. So public void check food, or has food, I should put. Has food. What's going on? Okay, so let's go in a series of steps. The first thing you want to do before you enter combat is check if you have food. If you don't have food, then obviously you don't want to enter combat because you're gonna die. Okay, if you have food, then you want to check if you are ready to attack. Okay, or you want to check, where is it at? If you are ready to attack. We'll put it in order. Okay, and what do we check? In there we're going to check our health, obviously. And then we're going to check other things such as whether you're fighting or whether the particular creature you're trying to attack is already fighting. And then the next thing is once you're ready to attack, you attack. And then obviously you're going to check, while you're in combat, if you need to heal, then you're going to heal. And I think that's all you need. Let me open up. I actually already created one that's has a lot more things in this, but I want to make sure I got everything. Control Shift minus. Okay, so on star, out of food. I have to see. So I created one where you drink prayer and everything. Attack or heal, heal, attack, attempt to strike. Yeah, so that's pretty much like, and I have, and this one that I created also teleports when you're out of food, which is not that hard to implement, honestly. Okay, so how do we check if your character has food? Well, you would check your inventory, right? And in OSBot, I really like it. I used to program using PowerBot, and they're pretty good too, but OSBot, the programmers, you can tell, are a little bit better because they make everything a lot easier. So for example, how do you know if you have food? Well, you have to get an instance of your inventory. So get inventory, and then that basically creates an inventory object. So now you have all your inventories right here, and then you can check a particularity dot has, or what do they have here? And then if you click the dot, this will bring up the methods and some of the available variables that you can change. So let's see, inventory dot contains. So if it contains a certain item, so if it contains a lobster, if that's your food, then you're going to continue. Then that's how you know if you have food. And obviously, we don't know what it is right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a couple of static variables here. I'm going to name this private final private final what? Private final food ID. Food ID equals, and I've used it a lot, so I know that lobster's $3.79. So this right here is our public final integer food ID. I put it outside the class. Okay, so that's right here is going to be, and you can change this if you're eating something else. You can change this ID. I know that the 379 is lobster, so that's what you put here, and then right here you put your food ID. So this says, hey, get the inventory and then check if it contains an item with this ID. And you can use names too. I don't know, I'm used to using IDs. So it'll check if it has lobster. Okay, then we know that it has it. Now let's just change it to a Boolean now. This will just return true and false, and then we'll return whether this contains. So this will return true if it contains it, if false if it doesn't contain it. The other thing that we can check if it's ready to attack. And before that, actually, I want to do the check health. So how can we check our character's health? You can use the get combat, so you can get the combat instance dot health, I believe. Dot get health. Or get my player. You can also try my player. So this is what you do. You kind of play around with the different constructors and methods. See, health. Okay, so this is a get health percent method. I personally, there's a few different things that have to happen for this method to work. So I personally, I don't like it, as you'll find out if you start using it. It's better to create your own get health method, which I've already created here. So I'm just going to show you guys percent. Okay, it's called the get HP percent. So this is right here. I'm gonna just add that method right here. So public or private, I guess it doesn't matter. Private int get. I'm just gonna copy it. What am I doing? Okay, and you can do it public or private. It doesn't matter. But what this method does is it'll check your. So you can get an instance of your skills, and your skills have two different, I guess, two different ways to look at them. You have your static skills, which is, for example, if you have level 30 hit points, then that'll be your static hit points. That doesn't change. You never change your hit points no matter what your level. But you also have your dynamic skills where they do change, right? So if you get hit and you lose 10 health points, then instead of 30, now you're at 20 health points. So that's your dynamic skills is what actually changes. So this, what it does, it returns it in percentage as an integer. So if you have if you have 20 out of 40 health, then you would have 50% or 50, just a regular 50. Anyways, this will be useful to check the health. So what else? Okay, so we have contains food. We're gonna check if you're ready to fight. So the first thing is if has food. So if we have food, actually let's do if we don't have food. If we don't have food, then we're going to return, right? Because we're not ready to fight. And actually we're gonna change this to Boolean. So if we don't have food, then return false, which means we are not ready to fight. Otherwise, so far, means that we have food and we are ready to fight. What else do we need to check? Okay, we need to check if we're in combat. So if my, actually it's get combat dot is fighting, then, so if we're fighting, then we're not ready to attack, right? Because we're already fighting. So we also want to return false there. What else? So if you don't have food, you don't want to fight. If you are fighting, then you don't want to attack. If you're moving, or if you're doing some sort of animation, then you could be trying to attack the character, or you could be doing something else. So you don't really want to attack at that point. You could be healing. So if my player dot is animating, or, and you could actually combine all of these into an or if you really want to, all these, but I don't know, we're just gonna do it like that. If I'm animating, or if my player dot is moving, you could do a bunch of these. I like to just be safe and add as many as I can. Or if my player dot so if we're animating, if we're under attack, or if, see if they have interacting, is interacting. So if I'm doing any of these, then return false, right? Because we're not ready to fight if we're doing any of these. We gotta make sure we're not moving and we're not doing anything. I think interacting requires you to add something. So anyways, this is gonna be a simple script. You can mess with that and try this all yourself. I'm just gonna do interacting, if I'm interacting, if I'm under attack, or if I'm moving. So if I'm doing any of those things, then I don't want to keep fighting. I'm not ready to fight. Otherwise, if I'm not doing any of these, then that means I am ready to fight, right? Let's just keep it that simple. Okay, now here, what else are we gonna do? So we are ready to fight. The next method is we're going to call our attack method. So you say, hey, we're ready to fight. Let's go ahead and fight. Okay, in our attack method, what happened? Whatever. I guess I can just public void attack. Okay, so what does our attack method require? Well, it requires us to check if we need to heal first. So if my player, that returns an instance of your player dot no, actually we already created our health percent here, so get health percentage. If get health percent, so if we get health percent and it is less than, let's say 50%, then we're going to heal, right? So basically we're saying, hey, while we're fighting, if at any point we reach less than 50 health, then we need to heal. So we call our heal method here, which is my player dot and as you can see, I don't have these memorized. If you need help, then you can go to the API. Let's see here, and this will give you all the you can look at the classes, or you can just search them as an index. So you could search her, okay, how do I heal? And that's kind of how you do it. Let's see if I can remember. So my player, maybe combat. Oh no, you interact. So to heal, you actually interact. So with an item in an inventory. So you get the inventory, and then you select the item. Maybe get item. That might be it. Get item, and then we put the food ID, right? So we're gonna get an item. We're gonna get the lobsters, and then we're going to interact with it. And then, so get an item. So pull out your inventory. Out of the inventory, get an item with this particular ID, and then interact with that item. And then the interaction is going to be eat. So that'll be our heal method. Now this method, you want to do a few changes because this will eat very fast. So you can either add your own sleep, or they do have a conditional sleep. Let's see. Sleep, yeah. Yeah, they have a conditional sleep, but I don't like using the conditional stuff. I like creating my own and randomizing it myself. I'm not going to do that here. I'm just going to do the regular sleep. So let's say we're going to sleep before we heal. We're going to sleep 3 seconds. And then here you just need to import the add exception. There you go. And then I'm guessing this one already has it. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna sleep 3 seconds every time we heal. Maybe 2 seconds. 3 seconds might be too big. And then it'll go ahead and eat. So if we need to eat, heal, and then check health. We don't need to check health. We already checked the health when we're fighting. Where's the heal method? Why am I getting an error here? Oh, that's right, because I'm using the exception. Let's see, where else are we getting an error? Semicolon. And if you hit Control-Shift-, you can go ahead and shrink all these so you can see. Okay, so when we attack, we want to check if we're ready to attack first. So if we're ready to attack, then we can go ahead and attack, I guess. If it's ready to attack, then go ahead and attack. Actually, how about this? We do if it's not ready to attack, then we will just return. Otherwise, we can just go ahead and continue. Okay, so if it's not ready to attack, then don't attack, just return. Otherwise, check the health, which is right here. Otherwise, and then obviously we just went over the heal method over here. And this gets you in a percentage, and then this right here gets you to eat. So if it's less than 50, then go ahead and heal. And this is not perfect. We're just creating a basic script. Okay, once we're healed up, we're ready to attack. So we are going to create a list of NPCs. So get NPCs, maybe. Let's try that. Dot nearest. I can't remember what the exact methods were. Let me pull this one right here from my attack method. Just because I don't want to look it up on that website. It can take a while. Okay, attack. Oh, get NPCs dot closest. That's what I clicked. Enemy equals to null. Okay, so I thought I put that. Get NPCs dot closest. Oh, I guess I must have misspelled it. So this will get an instances of all the NPCs around you, and then it'll get the closest, and then you can get the closest of a specific ID or a specific name, or there's a bunch of different filters that you can do, but we're just going to do it really simple. We're going to create our own ID here, private integer, and you probably want to create, because the way that Jigus has is they have different IDs for different for the same NPCs, probably to break your bot. You want to do an array. Private final integer, and then you call this enemy IDs, and then I don't know. We'll have to look at what the IDs are later when we execute our script. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so closest, and then we're gonna select the enemy IDs. So we're gonna get the closest, and then we're going to Let me see, we're going to interact, but if they're already fighting with something, then you don't want to fight them. I believe did I use the filter for that? NPC enemy to attack closest, conditional sleep, attempt to strike. I don't think I used the filters. I think I just no, but we can do it ourselves. Okay, so what we can do is say, hey, get the closest that is fine. Okay, let's just get the NPC real quick. So NPC dot get closest dot enemy IDs dot that is not under attack. We can do the closest one that is not under attack. Let's see if that'll let us do it. I don't think it will. No. So get NPCs dot closest. This is why a filter would be better. That way you don't have to go through this. Let me take a look here. How the heck did I not filter that? That's kind of weird. So I get the closest, and then oh, I can't believe I didn't filter that. Okay. Well, I mean, the script was working, but usually you want to filter it so you don't, you select a specific amount. And you can look at the filters yourself, but we're just going to get the closest, and then we'll do, and this is not the most efficient way, but I don't want to take too long. So if, NPC enemy equals, and then do we gotta import that, or is it NPC? Alt enter, input the class. Okay, so we have an enemy. So if my enemy, I'm just doing it so that's easier to read, dot is not under attack, because we don't want to attack him if it's not under attack, then enemy dot, and you want to check a bunch of different things, but I'm just doing it very simple, dot interact, and then you can do attack, I think it is. So if I'm ready to attack, then let's go ahead and attack, but first I check if we need to heal, then heal, and then go ahead and just get the closest to you. And this right here, you're gonna have to look up a more efficient way to do it, because you want to filter it better, but this will probably work for now. This is just a beginner's tutorial. So if I'm not under attack, then interact and attack. Let's just see what happens. Let's see if it works, if it breaks. I might not be in a place where I can fight. I'm gonna pause the video while I log in. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so let me see here. Where was I? Okay, so I'm logged in. I'm over here with some wizards. I did a couple things while I was here before I didn't want to forget. The first thing is I put the IDs here on the enemy IDs. So these IDs, you can go to the settings here and do NPCs, and you can see that the IDs here for these wizards are 1558, 559, 557, 556. So you kill those wizards and you're gonna need these IDs. If you want to see your food IDs, then you would go to inventory, and as you can see, it's 379. Okay, and then there's a few other things here if you wanted to create different scripts. Let me make sure this is recording. I don't want to be talking doing this. Okay, perfect. So let me just go here. The other thing I did is I checked under the attack method. I make sure that the enemy, the NPC enemy, did not equal to null, just because it could be that there is no enemies with that ID around and you don't want your program to crash. So, okay, now that we've created all these methods, I'm just going to minimize them, Control, Shift, and then the minus sign. We're going to add them to the onLoop method. Okay, so this is basically this is going to repeat all these methods as much as well, until I tell it to quit. Okay, so the first thing we want to check, I believe, let's check, yeah, we're going to do the is ready to attack first. So is ready to attack, we're going to check if you're ready to attack. Once we check if it's ready to attack, then I believe we just attack. I believe that's how we built it. Let's just make sure this works. Anytime you update your script, you're gonna have to click build artifacts, rebuild, wait till this is done, wait about 3 seconds, and then go here to your scripts, and then you want to refresh it, and then that'll pop out how you so you can see it. So it's the current one. Okay, let's see if it works. If not, I'll have to pause it and debug it so you guys don't have to watch me. Destroyer. See how it's clicking like crazy? This is why you could do a conditional sleep. Let me put the mouse so we can see where the mouse is at. Where's the mouse? Okay, mouse position. I still don't know where it's at. It says it's around here. See how it's clicking like crazy? So we can go ahead and make our script a little bit better. So hit the stop. And then, like I said, you want to look at the conditionals yourself on the actual API. You can look at it over here on the website. I'm just going to show you how to do it this way. I don't know, I just don't like using them. Okay, so we're going to do something. If we're successful, because this right here, this will return true or false whether you're successful attacking or not. So we're going to do if we're successful, then we're going to sleep for, let's say, 2 seconds, so that we're not just spam clicking. Build artifacts, rebuild, right, because we changed it. And we're gonna go right here, and remember we got to refresh here too. Let's see if this is a little bit better than before. Oops, it froze. Right? Oh no, I'm sorry. I guess I didn't click it. Start clicking, my guy. There we go. So he's gonna attack. Boom. And then, as you can see, he is fighting like a maniac. And you see he's not spam clicking, because we make sure that if he's animating or if he's in combat, that he doesn't go fight. Then as soon as he's done, he goes to the next one. See how he goes really fast? That's not really human-like, so you want to change things to make sure you don't click so fast. I did want to wait till... actually, you know what? There's some goblins over here right nearby. Some decent level goblins, which will hurt me. And the reason why we want to see is we want to make sure this eat method is working properly. Let's see. Now for our script, if we want to do different enemies, we're going to have to change the IDs. So I keep like a notepad here of let's get the goblins. Where are they at? Okay, 3288. 8. You can do goblins, I think, instead of these IDs. 3286. I don't know. I just 3287. So let's change this IDs, our enemies IDs, and as you can see, you can actually create a graphical user interface to take care of this, so you don't have to change your code all the time. Make sure these dudes aren't smashing me. Let me walk over here. Okay, so build artifacts, rebuild. Then we wait a second. We go to our scripts. We refresh our scripts because otherwise it's gonna have the old IDs. See if it'll heal. It's probably gonna, and it won't heal like crazy, I don't think. Oh, okay, destroyer. Boom. Die, you nasty goblin. Okay. I want him to hurt me, see if the guy will heal or if he will just... And this is how you want to check your methods. You want to create a guy that you can check your methods on, because if he gets banned, like this guy, you know, if he gets banned, then I don't really care. Okay. Come on, I'm almost at 50%. I think I'm supposed to heal at 50. Okay, so you gotta go attack the other guy. Let's see if he heals. I don't know, he looks like he's at 50, but it could just be 1 over 28. I guess it's not 50. Yo, this dude looks like he's gonna die. He's not healing. Oh, there you go, he healed. You guys see that? He ate that lobster. Okay, so basically that's how you make your script. This is obviously very basic. You want to add different things that'll make it more human-like. For example, let's walk him away before he gets murder out here. Oh, and the other thing is you wanna check. So let's drop our lobsters. Let's see what happens if we run out of food. He must have accidentally picked up that gold because he's not supposed to be picking up gold. He must have misclicked. Okay, so what happens if I'm out of food? Destroyer. So as you can see, he's not attempting to attack. Now, what you can do is not, because otherwise he's just going to be stuck here. What you can do is if he's out of food or you have any condition where you want the script to stop, you can also do not only return false, but you can do stop the script. So you just do stop, and then that's how you stop the script. What is it saying? Oh, that's right. Oops, yeah, it's unreachable. Okay, so you do stop, and then if you put false here, then because if it stops, it'll also attempt to log out. If you put false, he won't log out. So that way he just kind of times out on the log out. So anytime you want to stop your script, you can do that. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, our guy heals, he attacks. You can do your script a bunch of different ways. The other thing I wanted to talk about is just making your thing random. So instead of just healing, you know, every 2 seconds, which is as bot-like as you can be, you can just do like random. You can create a new random seed. Let's say new random dot, and then you got to import that actually. Alt enter, import class. Dot next integer, and you can do, let's say, so this will basically make it to heal, to hit that heal button anywhere from 0 to 2000 milliseconds. So that'll make it more realistic. You don't want it to click too fast, so let's say you wanted to make sure that you wait at least 250, a quarter of a second, so 250 milliseconds. So to make it more realistic. Same thing with your attack. You can change it like that accordingly. I do have another video where you can see how to create your GUI. So I have my, where it pops in and it asks me all the IDs and all that good stuff. so that you don't have to change your code, but you can just add it as you go. I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much it. As you can see, this is the script. I don't know. I would post it, but I feel like there's nothing special to be copying. It's really simple. If you look at it, you can take a look at it yourself here. If it's pause it if you need to copy it down, or it's nothing impressive, to be honest. All right, I think that is it. How do I stop?